4 whole 1 by 5 kg. So 1000 divided by 5 will be 200 grams. So 4 whole 1 by 5, which means 4200 grams. Ratio 6, 30 grams. 0 will be cancelled, that will be 420 gram. Ratio 63. When we simplify it, it will come out to be almost 20 ratio 3. Next we have 1.2 ratio 3 whole 3 by 10 ratio 5.5. So 1.2 30 33 by 10 ratio 5.5, which will be 1.2 ratio 3.3 ratio 5.5. We can multiply with 10 to get rid of the decimal. It will be 12 ratio 33 ratio 55. So that is our final answer. Next we have find m when 2 whole 1 by 4 ratio 6 is equal to 5 ratio 1 whole 1 by 5. 8 9 by 4 ratio 6 is equal to m ratio 5 6 by 5. So the ratio sign is equivalent to the division sign. So 9 by 4 divided by 6 is equal to m divided by 6 over 5. So we know that to change this into multiplication sign, we take the reciprocal. So it will come out to be 9 over 24 is equal to 5m over 6. Cross multiplication. So 9 into 6 will be 36, 42, 48, 54. Ratio 5 into 24, 120 m. So and this is equal to sign. So m is equal to 54 over 120. When we will simplify it, it will come out to be 9 over 20. Next we have the B part. B part says that x ratio 3. This question is long, it won't fit here. I'll move on to the next page. We'll just have a look at the question. It says x ratio 3 ratio 9 by 2 is equal to 15 by 4 ratio 4 whole 1 by 2 ratio y. We have to find x and y. I'll continue here, then we'll move to the next page. So here what we can do is, first we'll write x ratio 3 ratio 9 by 2 is equal to 15 by 4 ratio 4 whole 1 by 2 ratio y. So it will be x ratio 3 ratio 9 by 2 is equal to 15 by 4 8 9 by 2 ratio y. So now to get rid of these denominators, we will multiply each of them with 4. To find out which number we should multiply it with, we should take the LCM of the denominators. So it comes out to be 2 times 2, 4. So that is why I multiplied it by 4. So it will be 4x ratio 12 ratio 2, 9 times 2, 18 ratio 15 by 4 when multiplied with 4, it will give 15. 9 by 2 multiplied by 4, again ratio 18 ratio 4y. Now I'll move on to the next page. So, let me just copy it. So what we got was 4x ratio 12 ratio 18 is equal to 15 ratio 18 ratio 4y. Now we can simplify it. It is so what was the first thing we needed to find? It was we have to find x and y. So for that we will take 4x ratio 12 ratio 4x ratio 12 is equal to 15 ratio 18. This equals this and this equals this. And on the other hand, 12 ratio 18 is equal to 18 ratio 4y. Now we can solve it. this ratio sign can be taken as a division sign. Fifteen times 12 will give us, why not we just simplify it? 3 times 4 and 3 times 5. So 5 times 4 is equal to 20, is equal to 4 into 18. That is 72x. So x is equal to 20 over 72. X is equal to, I'll start again from 4x ratio 12 is equal to 15 ratio 18. 4x over 12 is equal to 15 over 18. 4 times 1 and 4 times 4, 3 times 5 and 3 times 6. Now cross multiplication would give us 20 is equal to 6x. X is equal to 20 over 6, which comes out to be, sorry, it will be 3 times 5 and 3 times 4 times 3 and 5 times 3 would be 15. So 15 over 6 will give us 2 whole 1 by 2. Solving this side, again 6 times 2 and 6 times 3, it will be 2 over 3 is equal to 18 over 4y. 8 is equal to 3 times 18 would be 54y. We should do that 2 times 9 and 2 times 2. So 2 times 2 will be 4 is equal to 9 times 3 is 27y. I'll do it again from here. 12 over 18 is equal to 9 over 4y. 6 times 2 and 6 times 3. 2 times, not 2 times, it is 18. So 2 times will give us 9 and it will give us 2y. Cross multiplication, 4y is equal to 27. Y is equal to 27 by 4. Y is equal to 6 whole 3 by 4. Okay, in the next question we have P ratio Q is equal to 3 by 4 ratio 2 and P ratio R is 1 by 3 ratio 1 by 2. We have to find P ratio Q ratio R. So for that, I think we do not have enough space over here, but still we'll continue. So first of all, we need to find P ratio Q ratio R. So for that, we will take P ratio Q is equal to 3 by 4 ratio 2 and P ratio R is equal to 1 by 3 ratio 1 by 2. So what we'll do, we will multiply it with 4 to get this simplified, and we will multiply it with 6 to get it simplified. We take the LCM. So the LCM of 3 and 2 is 3, 1. 2 remains, 2, 1 and 1. So the LCM over here is 6. So it will be 3 by 4 multiplied by 4 ratio 2 multiplied by 4. Cancel. It will be 3 ratio, that is P ratio Q. And over here, in P ratio R, 1 by 3 multiplied by 6. Ratio 1 by 2 multiplied by 6, 2, 3, 3, 2. It will be 2 ratio 3. So now because we need to make this is P, I'll write it as P ratio R. So this is P and this is P. So we need to make both of them same. So we will multiply it with 2 and it with 3. So 3 times 2 is 6 ratio 16, which will be P ratio Q, and here P ratio R is 6 times 9. So there isn't enough space over here. So the last thing we got was P ratio Q is 6 ratio 16. And P ratio R was 16 ratio 9. Sorry, 6 ratio 16 and 6 ratio 9. Yes, this is correct. So now what we needed to find was, number 1, P ratio Q ratio R comes out to be 6 ratio 16 ratio 9. And for the second part, Q ratio R will come out to be Q ratio R. It will come out to be 16 ratio 9. Okay, so the question number 12 is, a school has 1200 students. So that student to teacher ratio is 1 ratio 15. After some time, some teachers join, ratio becomes 3 ratio 40. Find the initial number of teachers. So for that, we need to see that there's one teacher for every 15 students. So let the number of teachers be x. So students are 15 times 15x. So what we can say that our total. So here we get that 15x is the number of students. So 15x is equal to 1200. Now x is equal to 1200 divided by 15. It gives us that x is 80. So the number of teachers initially would be 80 because teachers were x, students were 15x. So we have found 15x to be 1200, and finding 1x, which is teachers, will give us 80. The next part, the number of teachers who, okay, after some time some teachers join and the ratio becomes 3 ratio 40. So for that we need to find the number of teachers who joined. So for that, what we can do is 80 plus 80 is the initial number of teachers we just found. Okay, let the number of teachers who joined be y. Okay, the ratio becomes the ratio 1200 is equal to 3 ratio 40. Number of teachers to number of students, because the number of students has remained the same. So 80 plus y is the new number of teachers ratio to the number of students, and the new ratio is 3 ratio 40. So we write it as 80 plus y over 1200 is equal to 3 over 40. We will cross multiply it. It will be 3600 is equal to 40 multiplied by 80 is 3200 plus 40y. So now it will go over there and get minus, and we will get 400 is equal to 40y. So y is equal to 400 divided by 40. So that will be y is equal to 10. So the number of teachers who joined the school will be 10. Next we have Ethan, Farhan and Michael invested 4,27,000, 6,71,000 and $30,500 each. So first we will find the ratio of their investment. So that is $4,27,000 ratio 6,71,000 ratio 3,500,000. Missed a zero over here. Zeros will be cancelled. So the ratio they invested in was 427 ratio 671 ratio 305. After being simplified, it will be 7 ratio 11 ratio 5. Okay, so the total profit they earned was, the profit they made was 189.7. This was the profit they made. So we will subtract their invested amount from it. That is 4,27,000 plus 6,71,000 plus 35,000. We will subtract this, and the answer we will get over here will be $494,500. So the question says we have to find the profit of Ethan. So Ethan, here we see invested 7 parts. So Ethan invested 7 parts, and there were total 7 parts of Ethan, 11 parts of Farhan and 5 parts of Michael. And we will multiply it with the total amount. So it will be 7 over 18 plus 523 into $494,500. We will simplify it. It will come out to be $150. So this is the profit Ethan made. Why I have used this method? It is because, for example, you want to say for example, you got 60 marks in a test which was out of 60% marks. So to calculate the number of marks, we will divide it by 100, and multiply it with the original marks like this. So you will can calculate your marks. So this is how you can calculate your marks from your percentage. That is why I have used this method over here.